Hey, deserving listeners, it's time to continue watching Welcome to Plathville. My name is Dr. Kirk Honda. I'm a therapist and a professor. Let's see if anything of interest comes out of my face.
My favorite comedians to listen to are the ones that quack me up. I was making everybody laugh, and that's not just because I wanted to make everyone feel at home and kind of ease the situation, but it is just partly just because that's what I like to do.
Great. So we're learning from Ethan himself what his role is in the family, which is to make everyone laugh, which absolutely fits with the way that he acts and his demeanor. He very much is the comedic relief, the smiley person, the easygoing person. So we would wonder if the family had troubles, which we don't necessarily know yet. Families usually at least have some troubles, but to what degree? Then maybe Ethan was called upon to be the happy-go-lucky one because he needed to distract from something bad that was happening. Who knows? But it's just a guess. But it's also not uncommon, even in well-functioning families, for there to be the jokester or the pleaser or the one who smooths things over, which it seems like Ethan might be.
They say I love hot sauce.
I love hot sauce.
I know someone who actually sounds like that.
It was really good for me just to see everyone happy together for once.
Don't tell him.
I think he's in his element right now.
So Lydia just said, it was really good for me to see everyone happy again for once. So again, there must be a lot of stuff that's going on that the family isn't talking about or not showing us, or I don't know. Or what the ideal that everyone is trying to achieve is a very high ideal, because they certainly haven't shown us massive problems yet. But maybe they are just like, they just have a very high bar for what their family is capable of. I don't know. Or there's a whole sea of problems that they just don't talk about directly. I don't know.
Just, being here.
By mercy.
As far as moving forward and what the future looks like in working through this problem, a lot of it I don't really know. I know it's going to take a lot of patience and a lot of love, even though sometimes you don't feel love back.
Okay, so even though Ethan is joking, but he said it's going to take a lot of love, even though we don't feel the love back. Oh, this is interesting. So the mom grew up, from her account, in an abusive situation where her mother was drinking alcohol all the time. And so the mother kind of comes across potentially cold as a parent, which means that she might be attentive in a disciplinarian or a supervision sense, but not in a warm, empathetic sense, maybe. So there's if that's true, which I don't have any direct evidence of. There's some circumstantial evidence of that, maybe. If that's true, then a lot of the kids would have an underlying feeling of hurt about that, of just being denied that sort of warm, empathetic love that you want and need from your parents. Then that gets transformed into anger, right? And for Ethan, he doesn't know how to express that, so he makes jokes, and maybe he actually expresses it through Olivia. He actually decides to marry someone in part because he knows that Olivia is going to go toe-to-toe with Kim, because Ethan deep down has a lifetime of pain being raised by someone who was generally cold to him. And maybe this whole time, all the missions that Olivia and Ethan are on are just a way of expressing Ethan's hurt and anger about that general neglect emotionally. And the way that they're going to do it is by trying to get the kids out of the house, because in their head, they're trying to give the love and attention that they think the kids need. But in the end, it's actually just going to aggravate the situation, because, of course, the mom doesn't want people to undermine her. I don't know. I'm just working on that hypothesis. I wonder if there's other evidence along those lines. I mean, there's certainly a lot of evidence to the contrary that the mother does have a lot of warmth because the kids have a lot of warmth with each other. Whenever I would see families where there was a lot of difficulty and a lot of difficulty of the parents to give love to the kids almost always were in massive rivalries. Whenever I entered a family, especially as large as this, and the kids got along pretty well, at least what we're seeing on the show, then that usually means the parents did give them enough love and attention. So there's a lot of evidence that the mom did give the kids enough love and attention. But I don't know. The way that Ethan talks, it sounds like there's something really hurting him, something that has been hurting him a long time that he is trying to right by getting the older kids out of the house. I wonder what that is.
If you haven't become a patron of the podcast yet, you can do so now by going to patreon.com. Becoming a patron of the podcast shows us that you like what we're doing here. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.